Hello everybody. I hope you're having a good, let me actually get here in the corner. This is way too bright. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. I hope your Sunday is going well. I have to apologize ahead of time because my fingernails this time, they don't look that good because I did a little bit of gardening and I really didn't have time to reapply nail polish, so I have some chips. Oh well. Hi Helena, hi Judy. That's nice. Fairy house is nice. I'm hoping to finish the tutorial soon because I started a tutorial, a fairy house tutorial for you, and it's going to show how to make wood. See, this is going to be a fairy house, and as I said, I'm going to show you how to do the whole faux wood. This is going to be a stump with mushrooms and flowers and all kinds of things. So yeah, wish me luck so I can finish it. As I said, I've been working a lot. Now, this live tutorial, even if I normally try not to show a lot of stuff that you actually need to buy to do something, this time I actually have to show you some stuff that you need to buy if you want to do something. Hi Jessica. Hi Seaward Creations. I'm sorry, I forgot what your name actually is. Hi Janet. Hi Ellen. So you will find all of these. Let me actually grab the direct link, but if you go, remember that my Amazon influencer store link is in the video description. You can see it after the live is over, pretty much, but it is in the everything that I'm going to show you now is in the resin section. And also, if you didn't get the announcement I got, PolyClay now carries the Chinese UV resin, the one that I use the most. Okay, so what are we going to use? Let me actually make sure that I have this other stuff in, because I know I did. I might have to. I thought I did add it. Yes, it is there, but it's not available. I'm gonna have to replace it, look for other stuff. Anyway, let me see, it's not available or it's from other. No, it's currently unavailable. I'm gonna have to replace it with other, look for other ones. Anyway, if you look for these are, if you scroll pretty much all the way down on the resin page, yes, only UV resin. I mean, of course you can use the 2 parts resin, but I suggest that you use the UV resin. It's much easier. I was just saying that to be aware that PolyClay now carries this as well, and please don't forget to use my affiliate link for PolyClay, and it's actually, she only carries the 100 grams, and it's actually about $1 less than Amazon. So this is one of the things that we are going to use. And what is this? These are little gauzy, they are supposed to be butterfly wings, but honestly to me they look more like dragonfly wings. And yes, I'm going to treat a couple of them to look more like butterfly wings than dragonfly wings. As you can see, they come with a pair of ear wires, but these are just gauze, and you can put resin on top of them, and you can put not just resin but also, you know, add some iridescent translucent glitter Hi, Sharon. Okay, Beth. Hi, Elaine. Glad that you made it. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you, and as I said, I just checked and all of a sudden they are not available anymore, but I will have to look for other ones and add them in the store. This is something that is really neat for working with resin. Hi, Randy. Why you like resin? And these are silicone gel pads. And why they are super neat to work resin on? Because you actually remove this, because you can put a resin on this thing and it's going to hold it properly, and you can do all kinds of shape with resin without needing molds, without needing anything. And then once your resin is cured, you can simply peel it off the silicone gel pad. So I'm going to use these, but just to be on the safe side, is these used as they are like this. Yes, Robin, I couldn't do a live last week because Whisper was very sick. I'm not going to use them full like this. They come in the white, in blue, and in this lavenderish. Actually, some of this lavenderish is more pinkish, but it still kind of looks the same. No, it's more pinkish. But yeah, you get several colors. But my main thing is that leaving them like this would make super big, super wide earrings. So what I'm going to do, and see, they even come with holes. Theoretically, you're supposed to just use these, make earrings out of these, just put them together like this, and they look cute. But what I thought, that they are very flimsy. So I thought, if we do cover them with UV resin, they are going to look way nicer. And of course, you can always drill a little hole through resin, because you can use the hand drill on resin without a problem. Hi, Gail. So I'm going to pretty much use 2 of these wings for each side. Okay, so I need the pink. So they would look more full, right? So I'm going to use 4 total for each earring. They kind of got a little bent. They weren't as pretty in the bag as I fixed them, but I got them. And again, these silicone gel pads, they are sticky, so they are going to hold this down perfectly. And then I'm going to use 2 lavenders and 2 pinks. Okay, and the rest can go back in the, you can see I'm pretty, pardon my French, pretty anal about putting stuff back where it belongs. And that is, I was before like that, because I don't know how to tell you, I'm one of those kids who were very not disorganized and not messy. I mean, my room always looked like a tornado had just gone through it, but I knew at any point in time, I knew where everything was. And whenever my mom would get, when I was at school and my mom would get in my room and clean it, I would pitch fits. because I would tell her, Mom, if I have one sock on the ceiling lamp and one sock under the bed, leave them there because I know that one sock is on the ceiling lamp and one sock is under the bed. You make it that I cannot find anything. Anyway, amazingly, once I moved out of my parents' house and I started living by myself as an adult, I became almost OCD'd. And especially since I started having chemo brain issues, and I forget where I put stuff. I try as much as I can put it back where it belongs once I'm done with it, because if I don't, chances are that I'm gonna spend insane amounts of time trying to find what I did with it, and I'll end up just having to order another whatever it is, and then after it arrives in the mail, I find the old one. Well, on which zodiac you're talking about? That's very important. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to cut them all in half. Let me get my... And by the way, I found these. If you need reading glasses, no prescription. I normally get mine from the Dollar Tree. Before the cataract surgery, I didn't need them. But I found these on Amazon, and they are $4.99 for a set of 2. So if you want, I can put up the link. I usually like to have several pairs of reading glasses around the house, so if I need, I can find one, no matter what room I'm in. Hi, Cecile. Hi, Jessica. Yeah, I used to not be like that, but I got a little bit less OCD'd after... And OCD not about putting stuff where it belongs, but about keeping my house spick and span. After I went through breast cancer treatment because I was so tired, and I realized that the world will not end if I don't vacuum every day, you know. Hi, Cindy. So I do have in mind to ask something from my pain management doctor. I have my appointment is, I think, on the 13th. I need to call tomorrow to make sure that it's still a telemedicine. I hope. Because my state is opening. We are nearing 4,000 cases, but we are opening. Anyway, let's not bring no politics, okay? Anyway, I am happy to tell you though that Whisper has been doing wonders. Hi, Donna. So he's been without a diaper even since Friday morning, Thursday evening, and did not have any more accidents in the house at all whatsoever. So I guess he just had this really bad infection, but I didn't realize because before the 2 times or 3 times he had that, he was vomiting, and this time he did not. And right now he's eating me out of the house. He asks for food every 2 hours, and he actually started putting weight back on because he looked like a little skeleton. And he's already putting some weight on. He put on almost 2 pounds. So, as I said, I'm going to use these. Now, wish me luck that my hand doesn't start going. Because you know my problem. By the way, I forgot to say, remember the collage bracelet we did couple weeks ago. In the resin section in my Amazon influencer store, Dana, scroll all the way down. Yeah, I baked it, I took it out of the oven, and I promptly dropped it on the tile, and it broke in 3. So I told you I have big issues with dropping stuff and with throwing stuff, because my hands would twitch like this, and I throw stuff away. That's why I stopped sculpting one-of-a-kind dolls. Okay, so let's place some wings here. Going to try and economize as much as possible the space, not to the point that it will bother me applying the resin. And I'm going to apply the resin. You can see that on one side, no, actually it's pretty much the same. I thought that one side was more. The print was stronger, so I guess only 3 will go. Let me see if I can. No, you cannot share the links. This is the resin area. If you scroll all the way down, it's among the last items on the list. And by the way, if you want to do butterflies, I used to get these from the Dollar Tree. Of course, you can find them at Hobby Lobby like for 5 times the price. But they are these little butterflies that are made out of feathers or out of paper. And they are pretty good. Cindy, the plastic squares I need to search again, because I just noticed that they are not available. The ones that I had listed, they are not available anymore. They are called silicone gel pads. Super sticky silicone gel pads. Anti-slip gel pads. Search. I didn't fill up my German Amazon influencer store because it's very hard. I need to get together with one of my subscribers who speaks German to help me fill it up. But I think that if you look, let me tell you how they are called, because you might want to search them. Okay, hold on. I guess I just got an Amazon delivery. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let me tell you how the wings are called. So, the wings are... Where are my wings? The wings are called Fashion Butterfly Wing Jewelry Charms Earrings Findings Do-It-Yourself Crafts. So I don't know what to tell you better. Okay, I'll get my glasses on again. and make sure that they stay stuck there. I was going to try and see if ironing them between printing paper doesn't work better too, because they are gauze. This is what they are, gauze. Straighten them up, because when they put them in that little bag, they're kind of careless. Okay, just make sure that they don't touch, because otherwise it's gonna be hard to put the resin on them. Why do I have so many? I have too many pinks. I have too many pinks. I cut too many pinks. Okay. They are gauze. You know, like veil gauze. Make sure that I see. So I think that ironing them between two sheets of printing paper should look just perfect. Now the good part about these gel pads, why? Because you're gonna ask why do you use the gel pads and you don't use mirror or tile or whatever? Because the gel pads are transparent and you can turn them on the other side and stick them back in the lamp. Okay, I don't know why I was able only to put 3 on here, because it should be 4. Yeah, generally the thing with the UV resin buckling and warping, by what I noticed, it does that only if it has a backing, a substrata, or a frame. Like if you put resin, just resin by itself on something, UV resin, and you cure it, it's gonna be fine. The moment you put a second layer on it, the second layer is going to, and that's kind of normal because it warps, because it's got a lot of tensile force. That means it pulls towards the center. So obviously if it doesn't pull on anything, it's not going to deform anything. But even if you have underneath one layer of resin and then another layer of resin on top, the top layer of resin is going to warp the bottom layer of resin. Yeah, I guess they are Chinese. I mean, I didn't say they are not Chinese, but you know, that's all I could find. And that's why I said you might find at the Dollar Tree or at the Hobby Lobby, you can find feather or paper butterflies, and you can use that instead. Or you can simply use transparency film and print on transparency paper whatever photos of dragonfly wings or butterfly wings you can find. You can print them directly on transparency paper. Transparency paper works with the inkjet without a problem. Okay, now let me grab some iridescent glitter too. And you want the transparent. Judy, I'd rather you not talk about stuff that I didn't talk about yet. Please. Okay. When it comes to glitter, and you can use the glitter and you can use the iridescent mylar flakes, but use only the iridescent because the regular glitter is not transparent, so the light will not be able to get through it to cure your resin properly. So you need to be very careful about that. I'm not going to apply a lot of resin at a time because I want to make sure that I give it enough time to get to spread out so I don't get them too heavy. As resin is a little bit heavier than polymer clay. So especially when you're talking earrings, you have to be careful how much resin you use because otherwise they might become a little bit too heavy. So make sure that you go all the way to the edges. I know it looks like there's a lot of wings here to resin up, but I can assure you that we can. It's not very difficult. Just make sure that you pull it all the way to the edges of the wing. Oops. See, that's where I went a little bit too far, but that's fine. Yeah, you'll find in the resin section, you'll find syringes, and not just syringes, but I also have some flat tip big gauge needles for more delicate resin application, especially when you want to do inclusions of colored resin in a different resin color. You need those needles. Works much better than trying to do that with a toothpick. And as I said, don't worry much because they are going to be nice and delicate no matter what. Just try not to place too much resin on it. Just press, it should stick back on the gel pad. Stay there. No, just doesn't want to stay put. Okay, let me try and put it in the lamp real quick, because otherwise this one's gonna be completely fucked up. Pardon my phone. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But even if it's a little bit bent, it's gonna be fine for working with it, but it's not gonna be fine for the resin. And how are you doing otherwise with all this? Do you see any shortages of craft supplies where you are? Did you have problems finding stuff? I mean, I know that Canada's kind of in a bit of a mess with the polymer clay right now. And it's not something new, because I think you guys only have shades of clay selling clay. Maybe Canada needs another distributor. Okay, so just bring it with the toothpick and then bring it down gently all the way just to the edge, and you'll be able to see it from the camera on top of all this. It's not very noticeable. I'm going to try on the next gel pad to place the camera differently so you can see better what I'm doing, to place it on the side. And on these I'm not going to forget to add some glitter. Certain it's shiny. Clay Factory has the shiny. But they are more like fairy wing earrings if you want. They are very delicate, and of course definitely you can use these if you're making fairy dolls. Yeah, I have several birds outside. I have a lot of robins right now that are in the mating season, so they are singing their little hearts out. Okay, I'm gonna just get this one on a different pad. And then stick this in the, see how it goes like this? I'm gonna stick it again in the UV lamp. Alrighty. So usually you see how I go just on 2 initially. Okay, this should work. And yeah, I don't mind that I have some glitter on this. I can drop glitter. But see how delicate they will look, like they are made out of glass or they are real wings. Just make sure that you bring them all the way to the edge. Yeah, that's a robin. I have a lot of trees in my backyard. My whole backyard is surrounded by trees, big old trees. So there's a lot of birds. Yeah, I usually don't buy from there. It depends on your lamp, Cindy. I have one of those lamps and that only needs 99 seconds. It's a high wattage. I think it's the most expensive that's on my resin list. If you look at the very middle, there are some lamps, some UV lamps. I think it was like 40 bucks. But I just got tired of the $30 one that I had to click every 3 minutes and click and repeat 4 times to make sure that my resin was okay. The higher the wattage, the faster your resin is going to cure. But generally speaking, look for one that goes for 90 seconds. And this one also is fairly large, so I can put larger pieces in there. Okay, let me grab some more glitter. They do have some glitter, but yeah, I don't know about the one from Pandora. I don't know what wattage it's got. The one that I had before was also from Amazon, so I have no idea about the Pandora one. Alrighty. I don't know if you can, how well you can see it. I'm gonna take this one out for now. This one goes back in. Can you see them? This one goes back in on the other side, and this one goes in regularly. And I only have one left. See, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that hard. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to look. I don't know by heart how many watts it's got. That's why I said it's in my Amazon influencer store, in the resin section, is the UV lamp that's the most expensive. As I said, I know it costs more, but it saves a ton of time and does a very good job curing. Now the only reason I do on the other side is just because of the glitter. But otherwise this thing, and because of the gaze, because there will be some resin that went through the gaze. And the gaze, even if it is mostly transparent, still does have a tiny degree of opacity that makes you want to be sure that all the resin is all the way cured. Alrighty, and two more and we are done. Just a pinch. Oh my god, 30 minutes? That's horrible. My 10 minutes one was irritating. I cannot imagine how irritated I would be with the 10 minutes. Because I want to see fast how it looks like. That's why I work mostly with UV resin. Don't get me wrong, some things you cannot do with UV resin because of the UV light curing thing. You cannot use stuff that would be opaque. But when it comes to patience, yeah, I want the UV resin. And how much is the Pandora one? Okay, I'll show you how big this one actually is. Okay. So this was the one on the back. This one gets on the other side. And this one goes in like this. Okay, let me look in the store. Alright, now I see that it is $58. I know when I got it, it was like 40. It's the UV lamp that's right in the middle, and let me show it to you. See, it is quite big. This is from the tip of my middle finger, and then it goes another, I mean, I don't know, it's like almost 11 inches long. So it's quite big, as you can see. You can easily put 3 hands in there if you have whatchamacallit, gel. Hold on, I messed up this. Alright, let's get back to this. Hi Teresa, how much is your UV lamp? because people are asking. And how long does it take for UV resin to get done in it? Yeah, I told you, Jessica, that's why I got it. That's why I didn't mind paying 40 bucks at the time. Now you saw it's more expensive than that. But I can do big stuff in it. And I think that the $42 one looks to be about the same size. Let me see how many watts it's got. $72 watts, and mine is 78 watts. So yeah, the first one, the one that's $42, should be good too. And the third one, the one that's only 16, is just, maybe I should even remove it. It's just 6 watts. So it takes quite a bit to do anything. Okay, now let's get back, start peeling these off. Come on. The stickiness. The stickiness in my inability to pinch. Now, don't think that I came up with these. I simply saw some Japanese resin artists using them, so I thought this is neat. I need to get some, and I hope I don't mess up with them, because I have problems unsticking. Yeah, they unstick. It's just my inability to pinch properly. Come on. There we go. See, this one still was a little bit curly, and you can wash them. Hi, Miss Candlewick. How's life treating you? And another thing in this case, if you want, I would suggest that if you want to get Teresa Salgado's UV jelly thing, and put some on the back to make them even curlier, because they will look better if they are a little bit curly than if they are straight. They will be more roughly. Let me turn this other one. That's my third is done, and this one needs to be turned backwards. Okay, I'm going to try to be faster. Just my inability to pinch properly and to hold. Ay. Where are my thingies? Oh, I said that I still had one more to do. I'm gonna have to get one more. The one that didn't fit. Come on. I don't dare to use pliers because I'm not sure if I'm not gonna mess up and break them or something. Oh, I actually cut it. It was longer. It was about this long. I trimmed some of it. Yeah, if you want to clean your hands, use these, because it's gonna remove all the dead. Oh, maybe I can use it as dead skin remover on my face. Seems to be doing a great job. It's so sticky. Come on. You can use, I guess you can use glass, but I got the stickiness on purpose, because you saw how you can make these stay in place. Oh, this is stickier than I thought it was. As I said, those artists didn't seem to have problems, but then they had better hands than I do. But the wings come up pretty. And I'm gonna look, but see, the thing is that when I order something, until I get it and I open it and I effectively try it, I have no idea how it's going to be. My only information comes from other people's reviews, or if there's a video on that products page, but otherwise I have no idea. Okay, this should be pretty much the last one, and then I have to do one more. Why would I use clay on this? Makes no sense. These are not bakeable. Oh, the clay already done. Yeah, but I would be afraid, them being so sticky, I would be afraid to, if it's a more delicate piece of clay, I'd be afraid to break it when trying to unstick it. Probably there's some other silicone gel pad that's less sticky than this one. This one is horribly sticky. Let me do one more. Hey, I made the boo-boo, but that's okay. Because that can be cut. Okay. So yeah, Miss Candlewick, you probably didn't see me in like what, 2.5 years. Yeah, so that would be a pretty good deal. No, they are cold. They are cold and they are sticky. It's not a matter of the lamp. You can always try with the clear Sculpey. I myself don't like the clear Sculpey. I know that there are people who love it and who do a lot of stuff with it. Teresa is one, but I don't. Alright, now the next thing is to make some holes in them. Okay, so this shouldn't be a lot of stuff, a lot of work to do the holes, because they are very small and thin pieces. Having trouble putting this in the middle. There's a storm coming close, and I know that because the barometer's going down and my scars are getting tight. Okay, I got it. Let me get this one on the other side though. Okay, so we have, as I said, there are already these little holes here, so you don't have to look for any kind of, see the little holes right here, so you can simply go ahead and use that as point of reference. But as I said, don't be too upset if it is, if the wings warp, because that's going to make them look even prettier. And this one I can trim off. This one I did cut it past the whole thingy, so I'm gonna have to make my own hole, or I broke it. I might have broke it when I unstuck it. But what I wanted to say, I don't have, I know that I had somewhere around the house some of those butterflies. I was trying to remember if I have any left that I didn't use in wreaths, because I make my own wreaths. I simply go to the Goodwill store or another thrift store and I get, you know, sometimes you can find the bare wreath stuff, and then at some thrift stores you can buy artificial flowers by the bag with a discount, and then I just select whatever I can use, you know, and the rest goes in the trash. So see how I got this? If you get something like this, you simply cut it off. Gonna be just fine. Like with this one, when I made a little boo-boo, I can simply cut it off. Okay, did this. I'll be done in a jiffy. No, I already took a pill when I started this. And I took Whisper out. Now the other thing that you can use for these, if you don't want to use UV resin and don't use the gel pads and all that, but I would suggest that you put it on mirror. You can use the Judikins Diamond Glaze. Only the that you'll have to make sure that you let it properly harden for a while. But the Judikins Diamond Glaze is really good. And then there's a Darwi clear. It's a faux glass. Of course, there's a Cernit faux glass type resin as well, but I'm talking about resins that you can actually use in a thin layer. Okay. Okay, 3 more besides this one. Okay. Ow. That was my finger. I normally know when to stop, but this time I didn't really feel it. Okay. Now, obviously, your best bet to make these look the prettiest will be to make them be like in a bunch. Let me get this out of the way so I don't put raw resin on top of everything. So, the idea is that I'm going to take some jump rings. Put these back where they belong, and then get some jump rings and first separate so I have for each earring, because see, I have 2 of each color. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get jump rings, and I'm going to put these kind of together but a little bit tiered on a chain. Okay, so that's going to do a little bit of a bunch of flowers kind effect, a bunch of, see, and if you go tiering the colors as well, it's going to look very pretty, but they'll be a little bit more close up. Give me just a second, let me put these back, oops, and get what I need. By the way, talking of stuff that Teresa has, I got this and I plan to do not bracelets, but whatchamacallit, necklaces, because I think that they can be used as necklaces. Let me put these back. Oh. You know what though? I think I'm going to finish these tomorrow. I'm going to because I'm starting to be in too much pain. I'll just jump online real quick tomorrow around noonish and finish these because I'm starting to be in a lot of pain. I guess it's the weather, and I've been on for more than an hour. But I promise you we'll do this. So essentially it's going to be chain with some pearls and jump rings. But as you can see, they look, let me refocus the camera so you can see better. So these would be in super close up. They are very, very delicate. And they do have a little bit of, as you can see, I didn't place a lot of glitter on them, just enough to make them delicately sparkle, and they look very delicate and very, but see, this is why I said that to me they did not look like butterfly. And I hope maybe by tomorrow I can find the, because I think I still have a couple of those butterflies somewhere, and if I do, I'm gonna look on Amazon as well, and if I do, I will put links in the store as well. Okay, I am so sorry. We're gonna finish this tomorrow noonish. Okay, thank you so much, but you got the whole idea on how to work with these. Thank you, and I shall see you tomorrow. Goodbye.